Now out on the track for the first of two qualifying events. This is the Pure Stock division. Up on the point is going to be the 25. That's the David Morgan car. And it's going to be the 88. That's Bumper Davis next to him. It's going to be the 90 of Sandor Mattias. It'll be the 20 of Delroy Stutzman. The 68 car, that being driven by Michael Sonner, and bringing up the rear of the field is going to be the familiar number 33 car, that being the Bob Sullivan machine. So once again, we got 6 cars set to go 8 laps. This is the first of two qualifying events, Pure Stock division. David Morgan in the 25 car moves that field out, but your head starter looks him over. He didn't like the way they were lined up. He wants them set a little bit better than that when he throws the green flag.
You're not racing, you jerks.
Caution flag out on the track. These drivers don't know they weren't given the green flag. The green flag was never waved, so we're going to bring these cars back and get them into the proper lineup order as they came out of the lineup chute. Little miscue there from your front row as they went to take off, and the green flag was not displayed to these drivers. Once again, David Morgan will move that car up onto the inside. Next to him will be Bumper Davis in the 88 car. Then it'll be the 90 of Sandor Mattias. Next to him be the 20, that's Delroy Stutzman. It'll be the 68 of Mike Sonner and the 33 of Bob Sullivan. Your head starter going to have a little talk with the front row. He wants to indicate to them that they do not start racing until the green flag comes out. Side of him, it's the 88 of Bumper Davis, Sandor Mattias, and the mighty number 90. Then it's going to be the 20. That's Delroy Stutzman, the 68 of Sonner, and the 33 of Sullivan. Morgan, once again, slowly leads them out of turn number 3. Head starter looks him over. He's got the green flag in his hand. David Morgan glancing out the window now. He's got his eye on him as they work out of turn number 4. The green flag comes out. Morgan gets a jump on the field as he moves into the lead down into turn number 1. Rest of the field starts to scramble as they put him 3 wide in turn number 2. Sandor Mattias in the number 90 car continues in the second place. We see the 88 of Bumper Davis go around as he goes down into the infield. Meanwhile, Bob Sullivan in the 33 car has worked his way from the back of the pack to 3rd position. David Morgan starts to stretch his lead out in that 25 car, but he's got Sandor Mattias right behind him in the mighty number 90. Bob Sullivan, always a front runner here at Freedom Raceway in this Pure Stock division. He's in 3rd place, and he's looking to put a move on the 90 of Sandor as they come onto the main straightaway. David Morgan sat on the point. He's made this look easy as he moves out to a big lead. He's down in turn number 4 onto the main straightaway. The 2nd place car quite a ways behind as we hear a flutter in the motor on that 25 car. He continues to pull away from the field down the back straightaway. Sandor Mattias continues to be your 2nd place car. He's now going to take a challenge from the 33. That's the Bob Sullivan machine. Sullivan moves down on the inside in turn number 3 as your leader comes by to take the halfway point. Sandor Mattias has a little trouble coming out of the corner. He slowed up Bob Sullivan, and that allowed the 68 car, the Mike Sonner car, to get by him. So your new 2nd place car is the 68 of Mike Sonner. Sullivan now rides in the 3rd position, but when Sandor Mattias went around in turn number 4, he slowed down Sullivan. That allowed the 68 of Sonner to get by and take over that 2nd position, but he's got a long ways to go to catch up with the 25 of David Morgan. Morgan in that 25 car's really come alive in this series as he comes out of turn number 4 onto the main straightaway. The 2 flag up indication goes out, and he's working on the lap car. That's the 88 of Bumper Davis. Bumper moves up on the high side, but David Morgan having a little problem getting around him. He does it now as they move down the back straightaway. Morgan cleanly gets by on the inside down into turn number 3, and he's got a big advantage over the rest of the field as he now comes down to take the white flag. One more time around for the 25 of David Morgan. Your 2nd place car is the 68 of Mike Sonner, and then it's Bob Sullivan in the 33. He started on the pole. He led from the beginning. Out of turn number 4, the checkered flag's going to fall. It's going to be David Morgan in the 25 car. Second will go to the 68. That's the Mike Sauner machine, and Bob Sullivan will bring the 33 home in third. Street stock division of cars now moves out onto the track. On the point, it's going to be the 91. That's the Marty Metzger car. Next to him, it'll be the 35. That's the Chuck Kahn car. Then it'll be the 2. Being driven by Brett Smith. Next to him, it'll be the 1. That's the Bud Spencer machine. The 15 of Dave Rutledge. The 92 did not make the field, and bringing up the rear of the field is the 7 car. That's the Bill Rogers machine. So 6 cars, 8 laps as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag's going to fly, and Marty Metzger pulls out to a big lead. Here comes Brett Smith in the number 2 car, and keep your eye on the 1 as they go 3 wide into turn number 1. We see the 35 go around down there. That's the Chuck Kahn car. He gets that pulled back around, but not before he picks up the Bill Rogers machine. That's going to bring caution out over the field. We're going to bring these cars back around, as it'll be a complete restart for this second qualifying event for the Pure Stocks. To go in this 8-lap qualifying event, this will be a restart as Marty Metzger works this field of cars down the back straightaway. Safety lights are off on the back straightaway safety tower. The indications are to be green next time by. Marty Metzger in the 91 car works him out of turn number 4. Brett Smith next to him in the number 2 car. They come out of the turn. The green flag flies. Metzger takes the lead as they come down the line. But here comes Brett Smith up the outside in that number 2 car. And keep your eye on the 1 of Bud Spencer. They try to put him 3 wide out of turn number 2, but that's not going to work as we see the new leader take over. That's Brett Smith as goes by the 91 of Marty Metzger. And keep your eye on the 15 of Dave Rutledge. Rutledge has brought that 15 car right up through the field, up on the outside. He now powers past the 91 of Metzger and takes over the second position. Bud Spencer moves that number 1 car into third as they work out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brett Smith continues to pull away, but the battle's for second place. Dave Rutledge in the 15 car keeps it in second, but he's got Bud Spencer right behind him in that number 1 car. Bud looking for any way he can get around him. He's looked up on the high side. Now he's looking down on the low side as they come down into turn number 2. Rutledge loses the handle down there. He gets into the 1 of Bud Spencer. That slows him way down, and here comes Bill Rogers in the 7. Bill Rogers in that number 7 car is now taking over the second position, but a big break for Brett Smith in the number 2 car. Brett Smith got a big lead as Dave Rutledge and Bud Spencer tangled down in turn number 3, and we see the 7 of Bill Rogers still riding in the second position, but here comes Bud Spencer as he battles back to take over second. Cross flags go out to your leader, Brett Smith, as we see Bud Spencer move into that second position. He goes by Bill Rogers up on the outside, and Dave Rutledge is going to go by him as they exit turn 2. The 35 car. That's the Chuck Kahn car moving very slowly down there. Rest of the field scatters to miss him as Dave Rutledge was way up on the outside and Bill Rogers down on the inside. Kahn gets that 35 car moved off the track, but your lead is up in turn number 2 down the back straightaway. That is Brett Smith. Smith in that number 2 Maple City car. He's held the lead from the start, but here comes the number 1. That's the Bud Spencer machine. 2-lap indication goes out to the field from your head starter. It's going to be 2 more times around for the 2 of Brett Smith and the 1 of Bud Spencer. Now the battle out on the track is for the 3rd position as Bill Rogers in the 7 gets loose up in the corner. He collects up Rutledge. Rogers having trouble getting that car underway. Marty Metzger just barely misses him on the back straightaway as your leader takes the white flag. Bill Rogers gets his car looped back around and he's back underway. Green conditions will remain on the track as your leader works down the back straightaway, that being the 2 of Brett Smith. Smith now out of turn number 4 down on the main straightaway. The checkered flag will fall. The winner of the last qualifying event for the Pure Stock division will be Brett Smith in the number 2 car. Then it'll be the 33 of Bob Sullivan, the 90 of Sandor Mattias, the 2 of Brett Smith, the 1 of Bud Spencer, the 91 of Marty Metzger, the 15 of Dave Rutledge, the 88 of Bumper Davis, the 7 of Bill Rogers, the 20 car being driven by Delroy Stutzman, the 35. That's the Chuck Kahn car. Then bringing up the rear of the field is going to be the number 92 car.
Criminals in Chicago on trial. Has been dismissed.
As they work slowly out of turn number 2 and onto the back straightaway. This is a pure stock division of cars here at Freedom Raceway, and it's going to be up to David Morgan and Mike Sonner to lead these cars down to the green flag. Front row of cars, David Morgan down on the inside. He's been one of the faster cars here tonight in this pure stock division. He leads them down into turn number 3. Head starter Jim Stewart looks the field of cars over. Mike Sonner getting itchy up on the outside. David Morgan down on the inside. They come into turn number 4. The green flag falls. They all stand on the gas as they come out of turn number 4. Looks like Morgan's going to lead them into turn number 1 as he gets the advantage coming off the pole position. Sonner in the 68 now in the second place, but keep your eye on the number 1 car. That's Bud Spencer in the number 1. He fires up the outside past Sandor Mattias in the 90 car and works his way into the 3rd position. Now he slides down onto the inside. He's looking to take away the 2nd position from Sonner as they come down to the line. They're side by side. Sonner in the 68 slides high. Bud Spencer in the number 1 car works his way into the 2nd position. Now he'll run down the 25 of David Morgan. Morgan got a good jump on the rest of the field as he now works his way out of turn number 4 down to the starter stand. Spencer in the number 1 car rides in that 2nd position, and then it's Mike Sonner in the 68. Rest of the field starts to string itself out here as we see Bob Sullivan in the 33 car. He's moved that car up into the 4th position, and he's quickly gaining ground. Meanwhile, up front, David Morgan in the 25 brings it down to the line. He's got Bud Spencer right behind him. Then it's Sonner and Sullivan. And here comes Brett Smith in the number 2 car. He's worked that up into the 5th position as we see these cars have kicked a cone out onto the track. One of the safety cones up into the racing groove there. Your leader continues to be the 25 of David Morgan. He's working some lap traffic here as he works his way down into turn number 1. Morgan in that 25 car now slides high. Here comes Bud Spencer in that number 1 car. He's pulled right up on his back bumper as they work by the 20 car of Delroy Stutzman. Leader now working lap traffic as he comes out of turn number 4. He's got the 35 of Chuck Kahn and the 88 car of Bumper Davis to contend with as the caution flag comes out over the track. So we got caution out over this field of pure stock cars. 4 laps have been completed in this 15-lap feature event as the caution will bring these cars back down to speed, and we'll get them realigned as they were running on lap number 4, the last completed lap of this feature event. Caution lights go out on the back straightaway. All indications are it's going to be green this time by. Once again, David Morgan up on the point in that 25 car. But this time he's going to have his hands full because Bud Sullivan sits right next to him in that number 1 car. Head starter looks him over. We got 4 laps completed in this 15-lap feature event. Side by side as they come out of turn number 4. Looks like the 25 of Morgan's going to take the lead as they come by the starter stand. But he's got a back bumper full of the 1 of Spencer. Spencer now down on the inside in that number 1 Camaro. He works his way down the back straightaway, but David Morgan continues to lead. Once again, the rest of the field starts to stretch itself out. Sonner in the 68 car rides in the 3rd position as once again the leaders come back down to the line. David Morgan doing everything he can to hold that 25 car out in the lead and hold off the 1 of Bud Spencer. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Spencer once again pulls up on the back bumper of Morgan. They're down in turn number 3. Spencer likes that bottom groove. He slides down on the inside. David Morgan up on the outside, but Morgan's going to hold the position as they come down through. Sonner continues to ride in the 3rd position in the 68. Then it's Brett Smith in the 2 and the 33 of Bud Sullivan. Once again, battle for the lead on the back straightaway. Bud Spencer pulls up on David Morgan. They're down in turn number 3. Spencer down on the inside. Morgan up on the outside. They come down to take the halfway signal from your head starter, and Morgan just barely hangs on to the lead. Once again, Morgan up high on the track, but we got lap traffic in the way. We see Spencer tucked back in behind Morgan. They get around all the lap cars up on the back straightaway as we had a slight spin coming out of that turn. Morgan found the path through, and Spencer just barely slid up behind him to hold his second position. Saunders moved that 68 car in the 3rd position up onto the back bumper of Spencer out of turn number 2. Once again, Bud Spencer pulls down on the inside. We got a lap car up on the outside, but Morgan just barely pulls ahead to get around that lap car. Morgan having a little trouble with the handle on that car. He recovers. He'll retain the lead as he comes back down, and once again, Spencer moves up on him in that number 1 car. Working hard out of turn number 2. Morgan doing all he can to hang on to that lead. Into turn number 3, he's got a little breathing room, but once again, here comes Bud Spencer in the number 1 car. Once again, caution out over the field. On lap number 9, the caution flag falls over this field of pure stock cars. We're going to slow them down and get them relined up once again. We are pure stock division of cars now out on the track. 9 laps have been completed in their 15-lap feature event. Leading from the start and still up front, the 25 of David Morgan. Then it'll be the 1 of Bud Sullivan, the 68 of Mike Sonner, and the 2 of Brett Smith. That's the way they're running as they get ready to restart. The lights are off on the back safety stand. They're going to throw the green flag in turn number 3 and get on with the conclusion of this 15-lap feature event. David Morgan leads them down. Green flag falls over the track. They all step on the gas. They come out of turn number 4. Morgan's going to lead him down, but he's got Bud Spencer all over him as he comes down the main straightaway. Morgan up high as he comes out of turn number 2. Bud Spencer remains in the 2nd position, and Mike Sonner in the 68. Here comes the 2 of Brett Smith. He's currently riding in the 4th position, and then the 15 of Dave Rutledge. Morgan retains the lead as he comes down the main straightaway, but Bud Spencer trying to find some racing room. He's looked high, he's looked low. Now Morgan bobbles up in the turn. Spencer goes high, but he hasn't got enough track. Morgan's going to pull away as they go into turn number 3. David Morgan comes out of 4. This time he'll duck down on the low side. He wants to shut Bud Spencer off as they come down to the line. Spencer likes to run down in that low groove, and Morgan doing everything he can to keep him behind him. Bud Spencer once again high up out of that turn number 2, but not enough traction as Morgan continues to lead. Morgan comes out of turn number 4. The 2 flag up indication goes out. David Morgan continues to lead. Bud Spencer a little bit behind him as they work out of the turn. Morgan gets down inside. He tries to recover. Here comes Spencer up the middle. Morgan loses the handle on it down the back straightaway. Bud Spencer's going to take over the lead as he comes down to the line. This time the 2 flag up goes out to the field. Bud Spencer, your new leader's got 2 more times around. David Morgan, that 25 car, had a lot of trouble getting off turn number 2 there. They were slipping and sliding, and it looks like he's having trouble now as Mike Saunders making the move on him as they go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Saunders gets caught on the high side. Morgan trying to block him as they come around. The white flag falls. Bud Spencer in the number 1's got 1 more time around. David Morgan remains in the 2nd place. Dave Rutledge now moves his car, that 15 car, up into 3rd, and the 68 of Sonner slides off the track up in turn number 2. Sonner brings that car back out on the track, will remain under green conditions. As your leader comes out of turn number 4, the checkered flag's going to fall, and the winner of this event will be Bud Spencer in the number 1.